Hello, and welcome to episode 57?
58.
58, okay. You got me all confused about the episode numbers. Episode 58 of Anime Territory. I'm your host this week, Jonny Ruhal. With me, as always, is my co-host, Benjamin Goblin Cream Puffs Shabbing.
Nice.
This is us talking about the spring season. It's our Rule of Spring episode, as we typically call it. We watched the first 3 episodes of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows.
Yep.
And then I watched 2 other shows.
Okay.
And there might be other shows we pick up along the way. Technically, you're watching...
Technically, I'm watching Birdie's Wing.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that in a different episode. Spoilers, I guess, of our podcast. So, who cares?
Yeah. It's a sneak peek.
Guess I'll go ahead. I'll list off the shows that we watched together. Skip and Loafer, Magical Destroyers, Hell's Paradise, Mashle Magic and Muscles, and Dead Mount Deathplay. I'm also watching Rokudo's Bad Girls and the Konosuba Prequel, Konosuba, An Explosion in This Wonderful World. The Megamine Show, as we call it. So we'll just kind of go through each of those shows, give you the premise of them, and then kind of our thoughts so far. So spoilers for the first 3 episodes of each of those shows, I would say, just to be safe. So let's just start with what we started with, which was Skip and Loafer. You want to give me the premise of the show, Ben?
Yeah, small town girl moves into the big city to go to school. She's very driven, and it's just her trying to, I guess, make friends and stick to her plan of becoming a
government official.
Government official.
Yeah, she's got her whole life planned out.
Yes,
things don't go as planned.
Nope.
She's good at studying, and that's about it. She gets nervous and lost.
On her first
overthinks things a lot.
I can relate.
And then when she gets lost, she meets a guy named Shima Sosuke, who reminds her of her family's dog.
It's like kind of his name is kind of similar to the,
and he's got hair similar to the dog's. Who's is a former child actor, is what it
seems like it, yeah.
And then just kind of got a laid back personality. They're very different people, but they just kind of hit it off well. There's a few other characters I listed down the names. There's her aunt now. There's her best friend she talks to on the phone sometimes, Fumi. There is a beautiful girl named Yuzu Murashige.
Okay.
There's a girl that's trying to be somewhat nice to Mitsumi. Mitsumi Iwakawa is her main girl.
Yes.
She's trying to be nice to her to get closer to Sosuke. I want to say that's Egashira.
I have no idea.
I
know the character you're talking about. I just don't know her name.
Then there's like a shy... there's a shy glasses girl who I want to say is named Karume. Okay. I might have those last 2 characters' names mixed up, but that's kind of our cast of characters here. So far, she made it to school on the first day. She forgot her speech in her bag, but that's okay. She had it memorized. Then she threw up on the teacher. She got the nickname like Puke Girl or something.
Yeah.
And then the second day when they're doing their introductions, give their name and maybe say a little bit about them. She says she wants to be a government official. Somebody asks why the government, and she sort of does a joke that says because I was born to lead. So now she's got a new nickname of like the secret boss of the school. She goes to try to join the student council. They're like, no, that's not how that works. You can just join. You can join this other thing though, where we, get like volunteers for the events and stuff. And then I guess you can run later. Then they go to the movies. That's sort of all that's happened so far.
They had to go to karaoke.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's Skip and Loafer. It's just sort of quaint.
Yeah, it's
I like it.
Fun, cute.
Mm-hmm.
Has the best ship of the series or season so far.
Yeah, you ship the shy glasses girl and the beautiful girl, which
yes,
I'm here for. Yeah. Okay.
There's chemistry there.
Sort of that. I don't want to say enemies turn lovers because they're not really enemies, but the shy glasses girl is just like, oh, I can't stand people like her. They're so like these naturally beautiful and social people. But they've already had sort of like a. Like, you're right. I do feel that way about you, but I'm going to try not to judge you. Yeah. I don't know. That's Skip and Loafer. It's fun. It's cute.
Yep.
So far, we'll see where it goes. Is the next one we watch Hell's Paradise?
Yep.
Okay. Very, very big departure. What's the premise of Hell's Paradise?
Hell's Paradise is we have our main character Gabi Maru.
Yep.
He was a shinobi of the village. He was basically betrayed and now is like sentenced to death, but he won't die. So then he's basically recruited by whoever.
Sagiri
is the girl. Mm-hmm. I was talking about more like the emperor.
Oh, the shogun.
Yeah, the shogun. To like go to this. What they call it, heaven, right? Or is
paradise,
something like that. But he's basically recruited to like go there to find what's called the elixir of life, in exchange for a pardon, so that he can go back to his wife, who he loves. Yeah,
that's the only he's like, I have no reason to live. My wife, I don't love my wife. It's like, well, you keep your body says otherwise because you keep resisting being killed. Yeah. Like he'll like tighten the muscles on his neck so that the sword will break instead of that, or
he somehow doesn't burn to death. He's like stronger than the ox that tried to pull his legs apart.
Yeah, I mean he's just like, they even say it's like, some of these people are just straight up would be considered having supernatural powers.
Yeah, he has superpowers.
Yeah, and ninjutsu specifically, but they're like, yeah, we need people. Everyone that's gone to this island has either died and never come back, or they've come back as a weird plant.
Yeah.
Shell of themselves with flowers growing all over them. Mm-hmm. So we'll just send expendable criminals there instead.
Yes.
He's like, I don't want to kill anymore because my wife wants us to be normal. And I guess I do love my wife, so I guess I don't want to die. I guess I'll take you up on this offer.
But he's just like, I will kill you if I have to, though.
Yeah. They have to, like, eventually they get to the island.
Yeah, I mean,
and then it's just like, people just start going crazy. Okay, whatever. That's what we've got so far. There's another episode of this out that we haven't watched yet.
Just my one note for this is some annihilation shit.
Yeah, it's very weird going into a strange zone. I immediately
all the creatures have like human faces.
Yeah,
it's like this is some annihilation stuff.
This is
if it stays like that, I'm in.
Yeah. Very different.
Don't know if it will, but
very, very different show from Skip and Loafer. But it's like, oh, okay, we're just going on the complete opposite spectrum here. This one's just heavy and bloody.
I think this is like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like currently like running shonen, isn't it? Or is this just a show?
This is just a show.
Okay, I thought maybe it was a manga right now.
I mean, I don't know if it's a manga.
I don't want this to be like those shonens where it runs for 20 seasons and they just not do anything.
I can't tell you one way or another. I don't know enough about this. But I can tell you right now it's not shonen. Because shonen is stuff geared... Shonen is not an actual genre.
Yeah, okay.
It means that it's geared towards the... like young boys, young teenage boys sort of thing. So for it to have this much blood, it's not a shonen at this point. It's too... I would say it's... I don't want to say it's too mature, but it's got more mature themes. So yeah, I can't tell you if it's long.
This
running
one's
or
probably
not.
my
If that's what you're worried about, if it's long running, I have no idea.
Okay. This one's like my most intriguing one. Like, I think this one could be the best one, but I'm just worried that it's going to be that thing where it just goes on too long.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
Okay.
I have no idea. I haven't looked into it.
I thought maybe you did.
No,
because I did. But yeah, this one's my most like. This is the one I like the most. I think of these 5. I think it looks really good too.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I guess I've got the most hope for the next one that we watch.
Okay, that makes sense for you.
I don't think it's, of what we watched so far, it might be the second worst one that we've watched, but it's one I have the most hope for, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So the next one we're talking about is Magical Destroyers, which...
Why don't you describe this one?
Yeah, okay. All of a sudden, the government is like, fuck otaku culture, it's ruining Japan, it's illegal now.
Mm-hmm.
And they start capturing fucking weebs. I guess they're not weebs if they're Japanese, but they start capturing anybody that likes, that participates in the otaku culture, and sending them to like concentration camps, I guess.
It's just like cells, I think.
Yeah,
it's like
it's just straight up prison.
Yeah, it's straight up prison.
And then there is Akihabara is like bombed at times. There's a lot of like resistance otakus living in the bombed out district, led by a guy who's the only name we have so far is Otaku Hero.
Mm-hmm.
And the main like resistance force is 3, I guess, actually magical girls.
Yeah.
That we don't know where the powers come from. At one point we see a scene where he opens up a box with all 3 of them inside of it, which is like,
what?
I guess was a flashback, and then they never went back to that. But we got Anarchy, Blue, and Pink, which are
the 3 magical girls.
Yeah. Anarchy, I guess I would just describe her as like a tsundere. I don't know.
She's your typical tsundere.
Blue is horny on main.
Mm-hmm.
And Pink is a drug addict.
I guess.
It's weird.
It's like she could only say like gabu gabu, but they like translate it.
Yeah, Blue has to translate for them. And then
she always wears a gas mask.
She always wears a gas mask.
And
she was like leading a rave. They had to go like
something. Yeah.
She had like split off from the rest of the group, and to go get her back, they found like a cult that she was running.
They had to go on an acid trip.
Yeah. They had to meld with her mind or something, but it's like, okay. And then there's also this little guy running around that I'm like, are we supposed like, is he actually there? Some of the characters interact with him, but
I think
a lot of times they just ignore him, and he's breaking the 4th wall, so I don't know what this little guy's
I don't know.
problem is, or what his deal is, but they're trying to take back let it okay to be themselves and like what you want to like. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what else to say. It's crazy.
Is this the one that was like written or directed by the guy who did Fooly Cooly and stuff? Yeah,
I don't. Giga in his video described it as feeling like an old Gainax show, which Gainax is a company that did Fooly Cooly and Gurren Lagann. Okay. And it definitely has that.
It has that vibe.
Yeah, though it's a little bit. It's a little bit less grounded. Like Fooly Cooly is like the weirdest of those shows that I just listed. Like the rest of them, this one just doesn't seem as like grounded even as Fooly Cooly.
Okay. If
that makes sense. There's just like, crazy stuff is happening, but it's not like there's not that like Fooly Cooly has that backbone of melancholy. And this one is just like, I don't know, crazy stuff just happens. It's not like crazy stuff is happening to this kid and like the people in his life are normal except for when this crazy stuff is happening. It's just like, nah, everybody's crazy. There is no normal life that this is all of a sudden like, whoa, this weird shit's happening. It's just like, yeah, weird shit's happening and everybody's just like, yep, that's what happens, weird shit. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
But I've only seen 3 episodes. Who knows? Okay. But I've got high hopes for it.
Okay.
I want it to be good, is I guess what I'm gonna say.
You want it to be good.
Yeah.
Should we be ranking these? Or
no.
Okay.
Not when we've just seen the first 3 episodes. Just kind of what we've been doing, ones that we have hopes for, ones that we like. Okay. Like you can say which one you like the best so far. I would honestly probably say Skip and Loafer is the one I like best so far, but I don't have as high hopes for that. I have a feeling it's just going to kind of like stay where it's at.
That's going to just give you your shot of romance that you need for the season.
Yeah. I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
I die if I don't get my daily dose or my
weekly dose.
Yeah. You got to talk about the next one, I guess. Then.
Okay, Mashle.
Mashle Magic and Muscles.
Okay, well, this dude named Mash, he can't do magic in a magical world, so he just lifts, bro.
Yeah.
And that's it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so it's a magical world. Everybody uses magic, and like, if you can't use magic, you're basically just like killed or whatever. Cause you're not useful.
We don't want your genes to pollute the magical power.
So like this old dude raises Mash and like just tells him to like train with weights and stuff. So he's super strong. He's eventually like caught by the police, but he kicks the police's ass. So the police is just like, all right, I'll give you 2 options. 1, you can run and I'll just keep chasing you and eventually get you and your father. Or you can go to this magical school and try to become, what is it, God's chosen or something?
Divine's chosen. Something like that.
It's
just like, you gotta become the top
student
person at this magical school and therefore you'll be accepted by God or what, and then they'll have to let you live even though you don't have magic.
Yes.
I feel like he's got more motives for wanting to like up in the system like this, but
Mash or
the police officer.
Okay, because Mash is just there.
Mash is just dumb. Mash is just like
he's just doing this to protect his dad.
Yeah, that's his other characters. He lifts and he can't comprehend complicated. Like he forgets if he's supposed to pull or push the door at all times, and instead of trying the other one when the first one fails, he just breaks the door.
He's essentially a himbo, right?
Yeah, himbos are a little bit more charismatic than him. I guess they're like trying to be they're trying to play him off as the simple is sort of charming, which I guess it is. Like there's that one girl that's sort of into him, but I don't know. He's no Launchpad McQuack. He wishes he was Launchpad McQuack.
Everybody wishes they were Launchpad McQuack.
Yeah. It's just not as comically dumb as you would hope, but yeah, he's sort of he's got the himbo energy, I guess. He's working on it.
I just like how he's like seeing people use magic is like you can just do this with your hands.
Yeah. So far, I haven't seen anything that can be done with magic. Can't just be done with your hands.
But yeah, you like see him like deflect bullets or those magic bullets, whatever you want to call them. Magic death rays, I don't know.
Fireballs, whatever.
He breaks through maze walls. He like breaks wands.
Yeah.
He throws a wand through a magical barrier.
He was going to have a race on a broomstick, but he can't fly on a broomstick, so he threw the broomstick really fast and then jumped onto it.
So like all that stuff is fun. I would say in general though, this show is just kind of whatever.
Yeah, this one's probably my least favorite of the ones we watch, just because it's like, okay, I get the gag.
I get it.
I'm sure I'll enjoy watching it, I mean, it's not bad enough for me to be like, well, I'm just not going to watch this. But like, I get it. It's I don't think anything's going to surprise me, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. Because it's just like, I get it. This is fun, but it's, I don't know. It's
the premise might wear thin a bit. You know, it's like, okay,
it's already kind of wearing thin a little bit.
Yeah.
After 3 episodes, you're just hoping that.
I did like when he was confronted by the vice principal, and it's just like, we'll expel you, and he's like, well, I'll bury you.
And I can bury you whenever I want.
You can expel me whenever you want. Well, I can bury you whenever I want. You can't hold me. I will
also,
find
like,
you
all
and
the
I will
characters
bury
have
you.
regular names, like Lloyd.
Yeah.
That's the only one I wrote
Well,
down.
they're probably, like, trying to play off, like, the Harry Potter magical school thing.
He names his muscles Kevin and Mike. I thought that was funny. But yeah, as a whole, this show, it's fine. You get the premise pretty early. It's just,
it's like it might
it's just going to be
depend
on if they can do something new or fresh with it, or if they can like up the shenanigans, I guess.
Yeah, it's like if they can entertain me, they don't have to do anything new and fresh.
Yeah,
it's just it's not going to be like it's not going to be my number one. It's no it's no Sunny Boy. It's not going to be like, oh shit, I love this. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like, okay, 6 out of 10. Okay.
Since I kind of get for like all these shows, they're all gonna be like 6 or 7s for me.
I don't think anything's gonna. I mean, there's a possibility. There's always a possibility something's gonna surprise us, but
which is why I think Hell's Paradise has the chance to like get higher to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've seen shows like Hell's Paradise before.
Maybe that's the thing. I just don't watch those shows, so I don't really have a.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, you can be like a little like dark and edgy, and that doesn't mean you're good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't know. I'm open to it though. Mm-hmm. We'll see where we go. And then the last show that we watched together was Dead Mount Death Play, which this is by from what I've heard, it's just from Gigix Video, is that it's by the same guy who wrote Baccano and Durarara, which I can get that vibe from it. I was not getting that vibe at first when it was like this magic knight fighting fighting the, what do you want to call it? The necromancer.
Corpse god.
Corpse god. It's like, okay.
That was a pretty good scene, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I'm just like,
this is weird.
Yeah, I'm really not getting a Baccano Durarara vibe from this.
Which I've never seen Durarara.
Yeah, I've only seen the first season all the way through. I think I started watching the second season, and then that was back when it was hard for me to watch stuff week by week.
Okay.
But it's good. And then they're like, okay, that battle, we don't see the end of it, but we see this dude wake up in a Japanese street, and we're like, okay, reverse isekai.
Okay. This is where I'm like, okay, gosh.
Yeah. It's like
an isekai.
Oh, there's a cute high school age girl. Oh, she's trying to kill him.
All right,
she did kill him. All right. Oh, this isn't the cool swordsman we saw earlier. This is the corpse god, necromancer guy. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, there's like Yakuza Mafia. Now I'm getting a Durarara Baccano vibe from this show. Okay. I want to see where this goes.
Episode 3 is where I could be like, okay, now I see a little bit of Baccano in it.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, this is, I get ya. Plus, I'm a sucker for skeletons. I love skeletons.
The skeletons are pretty cool.
The guy can use his necromancer magic so long as he has like, so long as he's around like dead souls and stuff, he can generate their energy.
Shouldn't be too hard, right?
Yeah. It's just, especially since he lives in a building where the Yakuza tortured and murdered people and dissolved their bodies. He's like, thank you for bringing me to this place. Now I can use magic.
I guess it just depends on how like souls and stuff work in this world. Because like technically it's like people have been dying for billions of years.
Yeah. Well, and like he gets a job working for the Yakuza person or gang person, whatever.
It's like the reverse Yakuza, I think. They, like, kill Yakuza.
Yeah. Well, I think it's
like a hitman.
The Yakuza is not a solitary organization.
That's true.
They get hired to kill people. The main girl, she basically kills, for the most part, she kills Yakuza and hitmen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, yeah, if you're gonna like be targeting those people, then they're gonna be haunted by all the souls that they've killed, and then you're gonna be able to use magic and straight up kill them. The high schooler we mentioned, he just straight up kills her, and he's like, wait, what? She's not gonna like heal? She's just straight up dead?
I barely hit her.
These people are fragile. I thought the fight would go on longer. It's like, I guess I'll resurrect her as a zombie, and then like her people show up and it's like, yeah, just take her to her sorcerer and cast revive on her. What? I mean, I scanned this body's memories. He's got like revive magic. That's from a video game. What? They like censor the names of the spells, which I'm assuming he's using straight up names from like Dragon Quest or something. It's like, huh. I mean, if there's no other necromancers, my whole goal in life is just to live a comfortable life, and I've got a soft spot for children, so I guess I'll use my necromancer powers to get money, and then I'll just live a comfortable life here. That's his goal. That's the life I've been dreaming of, a peaceful life, at least for me.
Again, I just hope he goes to works at McDonald's at one point.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to shy away from that. This one is probably the one that I think is my favorite of what we've watched so far. Or maybe skipping Loafer. I don't know. Kind of like where this one was going.
Yeah. This one's up there, I think. Mm-hmm. This one could get good, I think.
Yeah. Which, I mean...
I think the 3 episodes you see is just like kind of setting everything up. Which
like,
can be kind of tedious. Because you're just like, okay, we're just learning everything about this guy, whatever. But
I don't know. I don't think it was that tedious.
I don't know. Maybe it was just...
I mean, it was also like the last show we watched after we watched those other 3 episodes of those other 4 shows. And we're like, okay, can we just get on with this and finish?
That might have been it.
Because I was like, I really don't want to start this one, but you're gung-ho and we should just go ahead and get it done. So...
But yeah, this one's got some potential as well, I think.
Yeah. I'll talk a little bit about the next 2 shows that I just saw.
Okay.
So, I've been watching Konosuba and Explosion on This Wonderful World. Mm-hmm. And it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I watched the first episode. That was my vibe.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Megumin and Yun are here, and some other characters I don't really care about. I don't know, the comedy's just not quite the same level as regular Konosuba, because it doesn't have the same cast of lovable idiots or unlovable idiots. And it's a prequel. She can't use explosion magic yet. She's very close where I'm at. She's very close to being able to, but it's like, okay, there's a few humorous scenes, and then other times it's just like, all right. I guess we're just talking to Yun again. Got it. Yun's having trouble making friends. Got it. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll watch all of it. I know that much, but it's not quite gripping me in the same way. Okay. But Konosuba Season 3 should be coming out, so that's something. Eventually. Cool. It was announced like a year ago.
I don't remember that.
I definitely talked about it. I mean, it's been a while. It wasn't that big of a conversation, so... then the other show I'm watching is Rokudo's Bad Girls, which I'm not a big fan of the art style of this show, but basically this high school quote-unquote loser, I don't like that term, but his school is filled with delinquents, and he's picked on along with his 2 friends. He gets a package from his grandpa, who died several years ago, so I don't know how that happened, but it's a magical... I guess. He gets a magical scroll which casts a spell on him that makes him irresistible to bad girls. So all of a sudden, like, the girl that was in the group that was bullying him is like, you guys should stop bullying him and bully those other two guys. The main bully in that group is like, why did my girlfriend set you as her background picture on her phone? He's like, I don't know. There's like a really, really dangerous girl that just beats up a bunch of gang members that falls for him and sort of acts like his bodyguard. And he's like, you really shouldn't fight people. Can you promise that you won't fight people? And she's like, I guess. And then she just gets beat up a bunch because she doesn't fight back. He's like, well, damn it, I guess I got to stand up for her now. So he stands up to his main bully and just gets the shit beat out of him. But he keeps standing back up. He's like, no, it's okay. And then eventually he asks her for help and she beats him up. But gotcha. The bully was like, I hate weakness. And he was made fun of for being afraid of like thunderstorms or something as a kid, which is part of why he hates weakness, because he was made fun of for being weak in a thunderstorm. He's like, maybe this guy is not so weak. I'm just going to decide to be this guy's friend. And the other guy's like, I don't understand what's going on. You just took me out to get Robin, not to like bully me or anything. He's like, yeah, we're friends now. I guess we are. Okay. The delinquent boss at his school is an 18-year-old who looks like she's 12. He eventually is like, it's not quite working on her. Maybe she just doesn't know, like, she hasn't developed those feelings or whatnot. Like, I might be able to, like, convince her to go onto the path of being a good girl. And then in the latest episode, he meets a girl that idolizes motorcycle cops and dresses up like one, and hates biker gangs. So she dresses up like a motorcycle cop and beats up on biker gangs, which is how she's a bad girl. But that's the show. And it's just like, okay, here's a bad girl. Here's her deal.
God, the premise sounds so good.
It's just like, okay. I don't know. It's been fun so far.
Okay.
I guess we should end with saying, would you recommend for each of these shows? Would you recommend people watch Skip and Loafer?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Would you recommend people watch Hell's Paradise?
I think so.
Me too. Would you recommend people watch... Now, when I say people, like, let's just assume friend of the show, Dylan Rowe's like, what should I be watching?
Well, he'll watch anything.
Yeah, I know. He'll watch anything. But we have to do our part and just keep him away from stuff he doesn't need to watch that he would watch anyway. So would you recommend that he watch Magical Destroyers? At this point, no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, we'll see how that one goes. I would probably still recommend people pay attention to this one, but
I think if it's your style, go for it. You're going to have fun. If it's not, maybe wait to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have a better idea at the end of the season. Would you recommend people, and or Dylan, watch Mashle Magic and Muscles?
It's kind of the same thing. No, unless you really like that stuff.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't be like, don't bother with it.
Yeah. I mean, if that's your style, just like, I don't even know. Maybe you'll take some enjoyment out of it, but I don't think it's necessary.
I'm sure plenty of people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
But also plenty of people don't necessarily watch nearly as much anime as I do.
Mm-hmm.
I looked, I've got like 123 days straight up.
Okay.
24 hours per day logged in my anime list. So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to surprise me. If it's your thing, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. It hasn't done anything to be like, yes, this needs to be watched.
Yeah.
Would you recommend people watch Dead Mount Death Play?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's intriguing.
Obviously, things can change for any of these shows. They might tend to be like, okay, don't worry. You don't need to worry yourself about this. Konosuba, at this point, I'm feeling don't worry about it. If you like the original Konosuba and you like Megumin, sure. If you like the original Konosuba and you don't really need to know anything more about Megumin's past, then go ahead and skip it. Mm-hmm. Rokudo's Bad Girls, I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch it, supposedly. I always say I'm gonna watch all these shows, and then I don't necessarily always watch them. Mm-hmm. I still haven't watched the second episode of the God, what the hell was that? Is it Misfit Demon King's Academy season 2? I still haven't watched the second episode of that. It's taunting me every time I open up Crunchyroll. I was like, yeah, there it is. Continue watching. Nah. Not today. Maybe one of these days.
And then watch Birdie's Wing.
Okay.
We'll talk about it next episode, but watch Birdie's Wing.
Yeah. Season 2 is coming out now.
Season 2 is out now. So watch season 1 and then watch season 2.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything to say?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, you be sure to follow us on Twitter at anime_territory. You can find us on YouTube as Anime Territory. You can find us on anywhere you can find podcasts as Anime Territory. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/DaVintiGoku. I play Gloomhaven Digital with some of my friends there. A different Ben and a friend named Matt. And you are now leaving the Anime Territory.
Goodbye.